Man, I wish I could character design this well. Like, these designs look so cool. Look at that. But wait, this is where I conveniently segue into teaching you guys how to character design. Like, the pros! Whoa, whoa. Here's what I'll be doing. This is a character I designed with zero knowledge or help from tips. And this is a character designed after trying all the popular tips and some tips I figured out on the way. Then I'll redesign my first terrible, ugly, atrocious design using the tips that personally helped me the most. So you don't have to go through all of the trial and error. Typical sound effect. For this first design, I used 2 tips. The first one was using mood boards. If you don't know what mood boards are, you need to start using them because they're so useful. According to Google though, they're a visual collage of images, colors, text, and objects used to show the style or vibe of a creative project. You can use anything to make them because it's just like a bunch of images like meshed together, I guess. You can use like anything to make them. Sometimes I just download images from Pinterest and import them into ibis Paint, but for this video I use GoodNotes. The next step I used was mindfully picking my colors, as in taking note of the emotion they like create, I guess. So this character I'm designing right now is very down to earth and calm, so I want to pick calm colors like white and beige. I also used yellow because I just thought it looked nice. Oh, also, I forgot to mention that I have bits of lore for these characters I've been keeping in my head, so I also want to be mindful of their lore while creating these characters, which is, I think, something you should keep in mind too. Oh wait, that's I made a new tip. Okay, so make sure to take note of your character's background. Like, if your character is in hot weather, for example, they wouldn't wear a scarf and like leggings. They'd probably wear more like cold outfits. Like, you know what I mean. I guess I just gave 3 tips because, like, I don't know, I'm just that good. Like, you're welcome. Anyways, so this is the completed design for her. I do kind of hate it. Like, I don't really like how it turned out. I think the colors just don't really contrast each other that well, besides like this one book. But she also just looks like off, like something about it. I'm not that sure. But it was the first design, so like I just want to give myself a bit of grace since there is better to come. Okay, trust me. Typical sound effect. For the next character, I used 3 tips. I did another mood board since I just really love mood boards, like I said. My OC is a guitar player, but I didn't really know what I could do to like really expand on it. So I just typed aesthetic onto Pinterest and find ones that gave me like the vibe I was looking for. Is that what mood boards are for? I just realized since mood boards are for the vibe of things, maybe that's what I was supposed to do in the first place. I don't know if that's what people do with mood boards, but anyways, my second tip is show your character's story through the design. It's a bit similar to what I said earlier, but my main point is you should be able to tell the character's story purely from the design only. So you need a dominant theme to not clutter everything. For example, you can assume this character is a detective and a chef. Dominant theme is a detective, you know? Just don't mind the actual design, okay? I just want this for the example. And for my third tip, which is, okay, this is kind of said in like every single character design video, but I'm just gonna say it anyways, is you do need a good silhouette. For example, not this one because I didn't really do that here. Like, I tried to push the silhouette out using his sleeves, but it's not as clear as it probably should be. A good silhouette should make it distinct which character it is in the main cast, like based on silhouette only, obviously. Okay, I don't know if this is a hot take, but in my opinion, I think it's fine if your silhouette is only distinct in your cast, because there is a ton of memorable characters that, in my opinion, like, they have generic silhouettes. I mean, even their own cast sometimes, like Toru, for example, from Fruits Basket. Like, I love her a lot, but her and Rin, their silhouettes, it's like almost the same compared to like SpongeBob or something, you know? So I think a lot of animes stray from having a really dramatic silhouette, and I mean, I'm one of them now, so I'm sorry, but anyways, my main point is silhouette matters, and it is really important, okay? Like, it is. But I just want to show some exceptions to show you don't need to follow every single rule to have a memorable design. So this is the final design, and I do really like this vest that I added. I don't know if there's a name for it. I'm just gonna call it like a vest, but it's not that clear. But those little yellow things, little yellow blobs, they're supposed to be picks for the guitar. I guess he's just so good. Like, he's shredding so hard he needs multiple. Like anyways, I think it is infinitely better than my last design. I mean, you just can't compare. I did try to redesign this character, but I feel like she's just such a lost cause because it looked so bad. But instead, I'll let you onto the sauce, the secret to get your character design even better. Like, it's a beautiful design. Typical sound effect. Similar to what I said before, sometimes the art style is its own character design. For example, Toru, Nanami, Futaba, like they have generic silhouette, but the art style separates them. Like when you actually see the art style, I know that defeats the purpose of a silhouette, but okay, whatever. I just want to mention, because if you compare it to cartoon silhouettes, it's very different. So when designing, maybe see how characters in the same media are designed. I think it's really beneficial to have these dramatic silhouettes, but I know some of you are like me and want these pretty static designs without needing to turn your character's head into like an egg or something to make it really unique. So my advice is to make your character silhouette distinct by stretching the proportions for like their hair or clothes or accessories, or giving them like a unique feature compared to the rest of the cast. For example, Anya from Spy Family, she has like the horns on her head, which really distinct her. And now the big finale, okay? This is where I redesigned my first attempt at character design. So using every tip that's helped me so far, I'm gonna show my process throughout designing because I know it might help people. I also illustrated her at the end so you can see her in like a beautiful rendered piece. Cool sound effect. Again, I started with a mood board and I found this image of a typewriter that like looked so beautiful, I will say. I also forgot to mention that sometimes I just put colors in like this corner to see if they work well together, which is really helpful. I feel like you should do that too if it helps. And once I settled on some colors, I started working on the actual design. I knew I wanted her hair to be black and then like white on the bottom. I don't know why, I was just really obsessed with like that hair. It just looked really cute. You also can't see it here, but her hair actually has 3 white strands at the back. I originally wanted her eyes to be yellow, but it just felt so generic. Like I feel like for black haired characters or navy haired characters, it's just so common to give them yellow eyes because like they do contrast well, so I get it, but I wanted her to be unique. Okay, not to say that generic characters are bad, because also if you get too obsessed with making them unique, you're just gonna get like a whole bunch of nonsense and it's gonna look really bad. So yeah, basic does not mean bad. For example, you have like a big scale of characters starting from like Cinnamoroll all the way to like Genshin, which is these really complex and beautiful designs. But complex doesn't mean good and basic doesn't mean bad. You need to research your medium and see what people are doing. For example, if I was designing a comic, the characters should be like super simple or like fairly simple. For example, Big Nate, it's not gonna be like a fully rendered thing, you know? Like obviously there are fully rendered comics, but if you're gonna be drawing them over and over again, I don't think you should go to like Genshin detailed, because then that's just gonna take too long. Unless you want to torture yourself, then like sure, but I'm assuming you don't. For Genshin, since it's 3D, they can put that much detail because you only need to model it once and then like that's it, you know? You just need to animate them and whatever. Another tip I got from this video is to separate similar values by either changing the color, like the actual color, or using like a border, if that makes any sense. So you can see for my character, the bottom of her hair is white, which blends into her top, so I added a plaid pattern onto her top to kind of separate them. But there are better examples. For example, Freeren, I love Freeren by the way, her clothing is white, so the colors get separated by this gold lining, and not only does it contrast the colors, but it looks super pretty. Like I just love her character design. I love Freeren in general. I love Freeren. Also, another tip I have, which I don't know if this is unpopular, but I think it's good to have a bit of randomness. Don't go so far till it's like you're having neon pink with like blues and blacks and reds and like it's just super messy. I'm saying this because I personally don't like when everything conveniently matches characters, as in like it seems too convenient, you know? I tried doing this by giving my character a yellow hair clip, but I mean it doesn't really matter now because I added gold to her top, which kind of defeats the purpose of like the randomness. But another example is, I'm gonna say it like again, but Freeren, her red earrings, they don't match with anything else on her outfit, but in my opinion it makes her feel a lot more real. Obviously people do try to coordinate their outfits to match each other in real life, but you're not always gonna get the exact same like shade or hue you're looking for. I also think her bright red earrings lead your eyes to her face, since it's so like different from the rest of her outfit and makes her like super striking. I totally forgot to like actually say like my thoughts on the end result, but I'm just gonna say it now. I am super proud of this final design, and I think it is much better than the first one. I mean, like, I feel like you just can't compare. I think the tips did really help me, and I hope the process and like showing everything also helped you. And for my final tip, my very final one, I will say you can ignore the rules if you want to. I mentioned before that there are very memorable characters that lack a striking silhouette, but they are very, very loved. Like Toru, I do really love Toru. I love Fruits Basket. You should watch Fruits Basket if you haven't. So you should understand the rules and why they're important before deciding if you want to break them, you know? Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Hopefully this has helped with like character designing. I'm not too sure, but if you reached this far, you should comment with a little pig emoji so I know you've reached here. Okay, it's like a little pig cult. It's like we're all in a little cult. Okay, well, that's all. Bye.